Hey guys, welcome back to Maximum Automation. Today in this video, we are going to talk about the feature files. What are the feature files, how to create them, and what are the different components of a feature file. So we'll discuss about all these items in details. But before moving to feature file, first we should know about BDD and Gherkin language. So let's start with BDD. BDD stands for Behavior Driven Development. It is a process that encourages collaboration among developers, QA, non-technical person, or business participants in a software project. BDD uses human-readable descriptions of software requirements or behavior as the basis for a software test. It's a branch of test-driven development. So in BDD, participants can use a domain-specific language to write system tests, such as user acceptance tests. So each test will be based on a user story written in formally specified language, a language which is shared by all these stakeholders. Means to say that we write our test in such a way so that even a non-technical person can understand what is written in the test or the behavior of the application. And if I add more into it, it means everyone can write test or application behavior, so you don't have to be a tester or developer. So how do we achieve this so that everyone can understand and write the system test? Now to achieve this, we use Gherkin language. Now what is Gherkin language? Gherkin is a domain-specific language which helps us to write our application behavior in a readable format. In behavior-driven development, scenarios are discovered in collaboration with all parties involved in the software development process, like developer, tester, subject matter expert, before they are formalized in Gherkin. It means Gherkin language provides the facility to write our test in plain English language so that everyone can understand the application behavior. Even you can write your test in other languages also, like French, German, Dutch, and other languages as well. So tools like SpecFlow allows Gherkin scenarios to be automated for acceptance testing. Gherkin is used to describe features that can contain one or more scenarios. Scenarios are described using steps in a given when then structure. Scenario outline is another important Gherkin concept which describes a scenario template and a table of examples, where each row describes a variation of these scenarios. Gherkin also defines concepts like tagging, which can be used to influence scenario execution. So how do we write our test in Gherkin language? Gherkin provides some keywords which are being used to write the test. Given when then is a commonly used structure in behavior-driven development. So to write the test statement in plain English language, we need to use some predefined keyword before each and every statement. For example, given, when, then, and. Given keyword is to be used with the test statement which describes the current system state. When keyword to be used with the test statement which describes a user action on the given system state. Then keyword is to be used with the test statement which describes the expected behavior of the user actions. So this is how we follow the given, when, then structure in BDD. Now we'll discuss about feature files. So what is the feature file? It is a file where we write our test in Gherkin language. These files can be considered as an automation test script or document containing all the test scenarios or test cases. So a feature file basically can contain one or more than one scenarios. Now we'll see that how to use those keywords in a feature file. Now we'll create a new feature file. So I'm creating a folder called test cases, and I will be putting my feature files under that folder. Then I'll create a new feature file and we'll name it as Amazon test feature. Now to start writing feature file, we'll first write keyword feature colon and then the feature name. Feature keyword is used to describe the software feature or the functionality to which all these scenarios belong. The description which we provide is useful for document purpose. It has no significance with the execution of scripts. So the feature is the first keyword which we have to write in Gherkin language. Now we'll create our test scenario. Scenario basically contains the test steps which describes the application behavior. So to write scenario, we have to first write the keyword scenario followed by colon sign. Then again, we can specify the scenario description. Now to write steps in scenario, we have to use the Gherkin keywords like given, when, then. Each step must start with these keywords. These steps will be executed in the same sequence as we write it. When SpecFlow runs these steps, it looks for the matching step definition to execute. Step definition of a step contains the actual code which has to be executed. So let's start with writing the test steps. So here I'm writing given user navigates to URL amazon.com. So here user navigates to URL amazon.com is my test statement. And I have used given keyword before my test statement because this statement describes the state of the application, which means that my application is opened in browser. Now we'll write next test statement, which is to input text in search box. So I have used when keyword to write this statement because this specifies a user action. Again, I'll use when keyword with the test statement for clicking on object because that too specifies a user action. Now we want to verify the price of the book. So the test statement to verify the price is the expected behavior of the system. So we'll use then keyword with this statement. And finally, we'll close the browser. So here you can see that I have used then keyword before my statement. Here we can also use and keyword instead of then. And can be used to specify the additional condition of the system state. So instead of then user closes the browser, I can also use and user closes the browser. Now we'll talk about the scenario background. What is scenario background? Sometimes you'll find that you have some repeatable steps in all of your scenarios in a feature file. So since they are repeating every time, so we can remove these repetition by using background keyword. So background allows us to add steps which needs to be run before each and every scenario. Background section must be placed before the first scenario in a feature file. So let's suppose I have two scenarios and both verifies the price of a book. One scenario verifies the price of WebDriver 3.0 book, and another scenario verifies the text of WebDriver 2.0 book. Now, if you will notice, then you can see that we have repetitive steps in both the scenario, which is to open browser, typing text in search box, and then clicking on search button. So to remove the repetition, we'll write background keyword followed by colon. Then we can write our steps which are needs to be executed before each scenario. So what I'm doing is I'm adding all three test steps in the background. So when we'll be running our feature file, then these three steps will get executed before every scenario. Hence, we'll reduce the repetition from the feature file. So this is the benefit of background keyword. Now the next thing we'll discuss is scenario outline. So what this keyword do? It basically helps to run the same scenario multiple times with different test data. To run same scenario for different data by copying the scenario becomes more tedious and repetitive. So to avoid that, we can use scenario outline. A scenario outline must contain an example section. So scenario will run for each row defined in example section. Now, as we know that we have two scenarios which are almost similar, the only difference in both scenarios is that the test data they have. So we can create one scenario outline instead of two test scenario. So to use scenario outline, we will use keyword scenario outline followed by colon, and then the description of the scenario. Now we'll copy the test step in scenario outline. One thing to note down over here is that example must be used with scenario outline. Examples are basically the test data based on which our scenario outline will run multiple times. So the same scenario will run based on the number of rows provided in the example section. Please note that the first row will always be treated as a column. So if you have 3 rows in your examples, then scenario will run 2 times because first row will be treated as column. Now I'll add 2 columns in example. One is for title and the another one is for price. Since we had 2 scenarios, so I'll create 2 rows. On the first row, I'll give title value as WebDriver 3.0 so that the book with the title WebDriver 3.0 will be clicked. And then I'll provide the amount of the book under price column. Similarly, on the second row, I'll give title value as WebDriver 2.0 so that book with the title WebDriver 2.0 will get clicked. And the amount of the book I'll provide in the price column. So we have provided the test data in examples. Now the question comes that how we'll pass these data to the test steps. So to use the example test data in the test step, we have to use column name surrounded by the open and close bracket. See, I'm replacing the price value with test parameter. So I have used the price column within open and close bracket. Similarly, I'll pass the test parameter for book title as well. So when the scenario will execute, these parameters will be replaced with their values from the example section based on the execution row. Execution will run for first row first, and then for second row, and so on. Now, since we have covered our both scenario in scenario outline, so we can delete the existing scenarios. Now, the next thing, which is also important in writing feature file, is tagging. We can tag our scenario or feature based on the functionality. You can provide the tag by typing @ and then the tag name. It might be a functionality name or test type. For example, I'm giving book price verification tag over here. So how does tagging helps? Tagging helps us to filter the scenario or feature for the execution. If you have 1,000 test cases and you want to run test cases which are related to book price verification, then these tags will help you to avoid executing all the 1,000 test cases. So only the scenario which have been marked with the tag as book price verification will get executed. Similarly, you can provide the tags based on test type. It might comes under smoke or regression. You can provide multiple tag as well by using comma sign. Here I'm tagging the scenario with the smoke and regression. So this scenario will run for both test type. If I would have tagged the scenario with regression only, then scenario will not be executed in case of smoke run. You can also provide the tag at feature level as well. Please note that assigning a tag to a feature is equivalent to assigning the tag to all scenarios in the feature file. So based upon the test type, only those features will get executed which have been tagged with the same test type. For example, if I want to run the smoke test, then only those feature file will run which have been tagged as a smoke. So now you can imagine that how beneficial this tagging would be if we have huge number of feature files. Now we'll discuss the another topic, that is step argument. So step argument are basically the data which you want to pass into your step definition. As you can see that we have passed the string data arguments to the step definition. If I go to the step definition, then you can see that the data which we passed from the feature file will be available here. So here we used string as a step argument, which basically fits into a single line. Now suppose in some cases, you might want to pass more data to a step argument, which does not fit on a single line. For this purpose, Gherkin has provided the docstring and data table. So let's see how we can pass docstring in the step argument. I'm creating a new scenario for file creation. And then I'm writing a keyword to create the text file. Now the text file which you want to create might have multiple lines or larger piece of text. So to pass this piece of data, we'll use docstring. To use docstring, we have to use delimiters consisting of 3 double quotes. And then we can write our test data on multiple lines. You can write your own stuff over here. Once you are done with your test data, then you can close this statement with 3 double quotes. Now, if you auto-generate the step definition, then you can see that it identifies the test data as multi-line text. So this is how you use docstring as your step argument. Now we'll pass the data table to this step argument. So for that, I'm writing a keyword to create Excel file. So for creating Excel file, we need data in form of column and rows. So data table provides us the facility to pass these kinds of data into the step argument. So to start with, I will first write the column names. As we already discussed, that first row will always be treated as a column. So I have given the column name as name, ID, contact, and address. Now I'll create the data for these columns in the next row. Let's add one more row to the data table. So now you can see that we have given 3 rows in data table, out of which the first row is basically the column name, and the rest of the rows are the actual rows which contains the data for these columns. You can add n number of rows you want. So now if I copy the step definition for both the keywords and paste it into the step definition.cs file, then you can notice that it automatically identifies the step argument which we have passed in the feature file. You can see here, we passed multi-line text string to this function. And in the second one, we have passed the data table. So guys, that's what I have for today. You can try using all those components in your feature file. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel.